Hello, it is me, We Anime, and I am here to bring you part one of What If Deku had a copy quirk? Yes, another new What If for the new guys here. I post 3 videos a week, and all for a different What If. Also for the new people here, to my channel, that is. There's a lot of things you can hear. Me, background noise. I'm very sorry about the background noise. Couldn't tell you. I also do impressions, given they're terrible. Oh my gosh. I might have murdered that thing. If it don't, shut up. It shut up. No, it didn't. I need to cut that. Like, badly. I mean, I know it's not apparent to you all, I don't believe at least. But it's very apparent to me. Uh, what is there? Background noise. I do impressions. Sometimes I go quiet. Uh, I also don't do scripts because they take too long, and I only have a phone to my name. That's also a lie. I got more things to my name, but I don't have a computer to do stuff on. So I also want to keep stuff a mystery. So if I go quiet, I'm either taking a drink of water like I'm about to do now, or I'm thinking on what the people can say. I know structure. I could really care less. If you all ever played a game, do you all ever D&D, RP games? Dude, people go quiet all the time. Bro, if you all like Critical Role or Rustage, you know how many times they go quiet to think of what they're gonna say? I'm trying to do that for Rizzle. What? There's a bug on me. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's fun. I don't do scripts. Cool. I know structure. Like I said, D&D. I play a lot of D&D, so I don't really plan stuff. I like D&D. What can I say? I don't know what I was gonna say after that. To be blatantly honest with you, I have no clue what I was gonna say after that. Like at all. No clue. No clue at all. Um. Yeah. Um. Mhm. Mhm. Cool. Today we're going over a little bit. First off, we go with backstory, and then we get into the present day of my hero. I mean, like at the start of the anime or manga, whatever, is what I mean for the first part. Today we're gonna stop at the heroes versus villains, so that next part we can go over the USJ and so on and so forth. 12 parts is what I'm looking for within this, or maybe 10 to 12 parts for these three. I know you all don't really care about that, but anyways, Friday, if any of you are interested, my next What If is gonna be coming out Friday, hopefully later on Friday. Um, so yeah, if you're interested in Naruto What Ifs, or Asta What Ifs that I recently posted on my channel, go check them out, and go check out my past What Ifs, even though they are trash. Not very self-confident here. But anyways, we can get started after I get in your water, and then we can go into the backstory. Okay? Cool. I'm gonna get them the water. Cool, and then backstory. Okay, backstory. Midoriya, still Inko and Hayashi's child. Um, sort of. I mean, not biological. They adopted him. Okay, plain and simple. He also looks like Raira, sort of. He still has his freckles and face structure. He just gains the mark on Ryer's face right there and his black and white hair, right? Also, by the way, if y'all want to know his hero suit, when he does become a hero, it's Ryra's gear, Ryra's clothing in the anime slash manga. So yeah, if you just want to look that up, go ahead. Uh, right. So as for right now, we're gonna go to Midoriya when he was around 5 or 6. Okay, he just recently got his quirk. Uh, he got it when he was 5. He had it for a year or two. Like he just turned, like as he turned 5, he actually got his quirk the day after his birthday. And further on, they got it evaluated as a copy quirk. But how do I say this? It's way more useful than any other copy quirk they have ever seen. Given even though he can only copy one like action of a quirk, he can use it infinitely, forever, and he just has infinite stuff. Um, and by the time he was 10, he would have so many quirks within just because he's watching them online, watching videos of people. The only thing is he can't copy All Might's, but a lot of other heroes' quirks, like lesser known heroes or higher known heroes, like higher rank heroes and lower rank heroes, he could copy their quirks. That's where he got a lot of his attacks that will be seen later on, right? Uh, right. And as of right now, he's watching a hero with a coral slash water quirk. Like he can make a water like portal and or like a mini tsunami, and coral like objects will shoot out of it. Now, given he does say something like uh, well, something cool, but yet Midoriya would think of a cooler name, and he'd just start using it. And a lot of fire quirks he's seen: ice, wind, earth slash rock, water. Core and water are just the same thing. Animal quirks like metal, light, dark, um, and other quirks. He has a lot. But now, given to the people he's close to, like his parents, well, in his eyes, his parents, since he was adopted, uh, and the people who grew around, he could tell their quirks are just not him. And plus, as he was growing up, he's always been fascinated with heroes, as he is in canon. He's just way more lazy and tired. So he yawns while he takes a lot of naps. He's a sleepy boy. But he's very smart, even though he does not listen. I mean, he mostly sleeps during class, but he's one of the top students, right? And Bakugo always has liked Izuku. Just, he's always iffy about him, like, is this kid serious? He's taking a nap during a big test. Until he would find out he already finished. He already knows the answers. Um, he's a smart guy. He's a smart boy, right? And everyone in the class, the teachers are like amazed that he can do this. Just he sleeps through class, like, and once the tests come up, he already knows the answers. It always confuses them because I mean, even though they do know a relative understanding of his quirk, they never really get it. Um, yeah, right. I hope y'all understand that. And as he would grow up through the years, all the way up to the end of middle school and going into high school, he would not change. Um, like at all, just at all, just not at all. He would not change. He would always be tired. I mean, a lot of people would still ask about the mark on his face, but yet he would never know. He just knows that he was born with it, right? And a lot of the times people would just laugh at him because of it, and he never takes up for himself because he does not care, right? He just doesn't care about what they think. He's still gonna make it as a hero, unlike these other people who are just bullies. Now, given Bakugo, he's protective of Izuku. Honestly, he's very protective of Midoriya in the sense of, dude, this is my best friend and rival. Make fun of him, you're making fun of me. And if you do, and if you make fun of me, I'm gonna beat the snot out of you. Like that type of deal, right? He's that type of guy. B. Is that a B? Oh, I think that's a spider. That's a spider. Hold on, people. Sidetrack, side quest. So you don't do good with spiders, my guy. Like at all. I got bit by one once. I hope I got that thing. Anyways, it just said loud noise incoming, but it did. Uh, but yeah, and that thing was loud. And yeah, Bakugo would always stand up to the others for Izuku because he knew Izuku wasn't gonna do crap about it, right? And that's how it would be. Uh, Bakugo would always be his like protection from the others, and eventually they would just quit bothering him about the mark on his face and how he acts. In a I don't care type attitude. I mean, like the OG of the like school that who stay there and go there every day except for the weekends. Um, they would stop messing with them after a couple of months, right? Like in middle school is what I mean. Like in grade school, then yeah, like higher, like fourth grade up. Like the people who's been in the same class as them and has made fun of them would just quit making fun of them and realize he's quite a cool guy if you get to know him, right? Uh, the transfer students that they wouldn't know, and a lot of transfer students have been sent to the hospital during the middle school years because of Bakugo. Midori has done nothing to these people. I mean, even though they have pushed them, uh, beat them, and all the jazz like that, they've even slapped them with waffles. Uh, I don't know. I was trying to make it like a donkey joke. But anyways, he wouldn't care though. He really does not care. Even though many a times he has had conversation with his mother, Bakugo, and many others about you need to stick up for yourself if you're going to be a hero. Which he knew that. There's villains out there that will take you out in a matter of seconds, no holding back. And that's what these other kids are basically in the earlier years because they're bullies, right? So eventually Midoriya one day would take up for himself, and it would be a mistake on Bully's end for doing the said thing. See, a lot of kids ganged up on Bakugo, blah blah blah, right? Midoriya saw this, and he got pissed. So using the water quirk, um, I'm not going to specify anything else. He would say, "Oh crap, it's yeah." He would say, "Tsunamis, coral." Oh, hold on, voice. Tsunamis, coral, arrows, something like that. I think I made the voice. Tsunami, tsunamis, coral arrows. There, tsunamis, coral arrows. There we go. That's the voice I'm gonna use. Yeah, like a groggy, groggery, grog. Great, great guy. And these coral arrows would fly out of this mini tsunami, like out, like he would hold up his hands like together, like pinky to pinky, and a mini and a small tsunami would just appear, and massive, like full size coral like arrows would fly out and like turn midair so they don't pierce the students, and they would just fly into them and just hit him, and everyone would notice that he's here and that was him. So they would begin to circle him. That was their first mistake. And this is like one of the last few like months in the school year. And Midoriya would use a fire quirk, and he would say, "Supernova." Uh, Soup. Supernova. And he would erupt in flames. Like, no, that's Flaming Star. Crap. Yeah, he would say supernova flaming star, and he would erupt in flames, just scaring the others. It wouldn't be like enough flame, like it wouldn't go out to them just enough to scare them, nothing to hurt them. He didn't want to hurt them, right? And they'd run, tell the teachers, of course, their side of things, like, oh, Bakugo and Midoriya jumped us, and the teachers would not be taking this because they know Midoriya and Bakugo. Well, Midoriya especially, Bakugo wouldn't hurt anybody unless they hurt Midoriya, right? So they're not taking this. They would go ask Midoriya and Bakugo. Bakugo would spill it, blah blah blah. They jumped me, blah blah blah, right? Anyways, I think that's enough with the backstory. I don't think there's much else. I don't think. Oh, let me be more specific about how Inko and Hayashi did find um Midori. They found him on the side of the road, kind of like how Mash was found by Pops. I don't remember his name. I don't remember it. Is the problem, right? They just find him on the side of the road, like in the middle of nowhere. By the way, like up a mountain, they would see a spot of white and would stop, thinking it was a dog, right? No, no, that's definitely not a dog. Definitely not a dog. It's a human child. I just felt like I needed to be more specific about it. Okay, I felt like I needed to be more detailed about it. Right. Okay. I just wanted to state that. So I'm just gonna kind of skip to the entrance exam because I don't think there's much more because we would all go the same, like how the teacher throws up the things and he says, "Oh, I know you all want to be heroes," like that type of gig as he does in canon. And Bakugo would say, "Don't like what he does, just add Izuku." Um, right? And yeah, so excuse me. So yeah, they would get to UA. Midoriya would trip on the ledge because he's not nervous, so or Rocket didn't have to do much. Nothing at all. Uh, right. And well, they would go in. They would go in and eventually make it into UA. So let's get into the right physical portion. Okay. Midori is currently just standing in his zone, just waiting. President Mike would start talking, and he would say, well, and not out loud. Midori would say, not out loud, by the way. He'd say this in his dome, like a monologue type deal, okay? He would say, you know? Oh, she got to creep up on shit. Why is that blue kid running over me? Isn't there no time limit in a battle? I think I know what President Mike wants us to do. I got it. I got it. I'll just wait until this kid has. I'll listen to what the kid has to say, and then I'll go. And Ida would come over and say, with his robot hands, he would say, "You should not be here if you're so tired. Go sleep or something." He would just scold Midoriya about yawning, right? And Midoriya would say, "Um, no, I sleep fine. I just am naturally tired, man." Right. I'm naturally tired. You know what? I hope you know what I mean. But you seem very preppy, so I don't believe you do. Like at all. I just don't think you do. Because how preppy you look. And Ida would say, "Preppy? Why? You can't say that." And next time that he'd blink, he'd just be gone using well, a certain quirk. Okay. He would just, excuse me again, he would just leave and get past the gate, and President would say, "Well, that kid has the right. Well, that kid has the right idea. There's no time. There's no start time in a battle. So go, go, go!" And the gates would open. Midori, being out in front, would start using his quirk. Or multiple, technically. First off, the quirk he did use was Traveling Shadow. I know technically Dark and Shadow are very intertwined, in like the same possibilities, but I mean, you all can see the list. I can even just scroll down, like this, so everything's in view. If y'all, hey, by the way, if any of you want to use any of my techniques or spells or jutsus, go right ahead. Just either ask first down in the comments or on my socials, message me or something, or just at me. Just give me some type of credit. You don't even have to ask. Just give me some type of credit. Don't just go stealing. Okay? I'd appreciate that. So, anyways, Midoriya using his wind quirk, a wind quirk, he would he would say out loud, "Air, oh gosh, I'm too tired. My eyes are so big. Sorry." Anyways, he would hold up his hand a mixture of 1 to 2 pointers, and he would say, "Airborne, hold on, airborne wind blades, and multiple wind blades, blades out of wind would appear out of the air and would go forward, hit, slashing into 1 to 2 pointers, racking up Midoriya's points immediately." Right. And he'd start moving around with this traveling shadow, getting up on top of buildings, using water lances, more airborne wind blades, uh, supernova, or also supernova flaming star. Supernova, by the way, is like a Iron Man beam out of but out of his hands, like a crap. I swear he like put. I swear, Iron Man did like something where he puts his hands together in like a, or maybe like a Kamehameha. Sometimes just a big blast of fire, right? And quaking dragon, he'd make like an earth dragon come out of the like out of the concrete uh, at the station in his to just take out 3 pointers, like bite him, take him to the ground, and just beat on him, and rock burial, just thinking him into the ground, and then using another quirk to take their head off, right, to get more points, right, and eventually he would be around number 1 or higher, high. He would be high, not like that, but like a high number, right? That's where he would be in the upper numbers in the test. And a lot of the teachers would be quite impressed by this kid, but quite confused. They would look him up and say a copy, it would say a copy quirk, or what I should probably come up on a name instead of just copy. Really just want to call it copy now. But isn't no it isn't Monoma's quirk called mimic? I have a I don't think it is. I'm just gonna call this copy. His quirk is called copy. Okay. I know, not not a very generic name. But I don't care. He would use alloy shot, just a big mass, like a metal alloy would be appear in his hand, and he would like blast it forward. It would go flying, maybe like an Eldritch blast from like D&D, like a silver hue, like orb, like a orb of metal alloy, like melted metal, basically, firing out, just taking one like 2 pointer out, and eventually Midori would think, uh, I think that's enough. I hope it is. As of right now, uh, he would be on a building just watching. The teacher's very interested by his tactics. Well, Nezu in particular would say, "You know what? I think we give this little hothead a test." Oh no, this little sleepyhead a test, shall we? And he would lift up like the do not press. He would lift it up and press the big red button, and the 0 pointer is coming out. Right, 0 pointer is here, and they could all hear. Everyone there could hear the stomps of this monstrosity mech walking through the fake city. Midoriya being on a building, he could see it all the way from where it just came up out of the ground. And he would use his hawk eyes, an animal quirk that gives him better sight. better perception of things. He would use it. His eyes would slit, uh, looking like hawk eyes. Like the pupils would turn like a slit. They don't have slits, but like they would look like hawk eyes. You all can like the animal, not Hawkeye, the Marvel character, Marvel superhero, or Mihawk. Okay, just like a ant hawk animal, a bird, the bird, uh, and he would be looking out, seeing someone being trapped under rubble, maybe multiple people, because he could see a leg. Um, and a head, but and now he's putting it together. Oh yeah, there's definitely two people under there. So he'd start jumping or using his traveling shadow to travel faster over buildings, under buildings, just through. Right. He'd basically sink under into the like ground, right? And he'd be able to just move faster and like he sinks into his shadow and moves through, right? Eventually, he would make it on the tallest building nearest to the zero pointer, right? He would say, "Glacial pillars," as the pillars, the ice pillars would. Hold on, sorry, scratch on my back. Felt like something bit me. But anyways, as he would make these pillars out of ice around the zero pointer so it can't move any farther until it would. He'd make him again just like above these people, and they would stop um, the zero pointer for now. And he would use one of his dark quirks, as he would say, "Cursed twilight creatures." And out of his shadow, basically like Sun Jin Woo when he summons his shadow army in the new season. Well, he does it anyways. Like how the shadow expands and then boom, the shadow army comes up. What would happen? His shadow would extend backwards, but instead of soldiers, knights coming out, it would be like oh, he does also have ogres. I forgot about that. He does have ogres. Um, like very reptilian. Oh, lizard men. I probably should say like lizard men. Like well, lizard like people would pop out of the ground and start to just covered in like a black shadow. You can tell they're the scales. There's detail, like cool looking things. They would run down. Well, from the building, they would jump down, start digging these people out. Um, which the people being Ida and Uraraka would carry him away. Oh, bitch. Found you. Hold on, side quest. Okay, cool. Side quest complete. Again, apparently I didn't get it the first time. Oh, by the way, spider. I got the spider. But anyways, as the creatures, lizardmen looking things, would grab them, bringing them away, Midoriya would say, "Finally, I can take you out without those two getting in the way." As he would say, well, he would jump up in the air and he would say, "Oh, I need to figure out the one I want to use. Ooh, what do I want to use? Oh, I think I know. I think I know what I want to use." he would jump up in the air. You could see the fire erupting from his arm, just from his hand, right? He would jump up high and he would say, like, it would echo through, everyone could hear this. Like an anime moment when they scream out, like, their big attack and it hits and takes out the villain, main bad guy for good, and everyone could hear it from like across the battlefield. This is happening. He would scream out. Well, not really. He would say, I have hiccups. Piercing hell as a massive laser, like stake, spear looking thing. Oh yeah, like a spear. That's what I had it when I made these. It looks like a massive spear would fly out of Midoriya's hand. Like it would just come out of like, or maybe like a spike end chain would fly through. Oh, like Ghost Rider. Yeah. It would fly through out of Midoriya's hand and pierce, like go straight through the 0 pointer and then straight through the ground, like into the ground, uh, like to pierce hell. I hope y'all get it. Like, if I don't know if you're, I mean, you all know Christian hell, like fire and brimstone, right? Anyways, after that, Midoriya would get down using traveling shadow. Uh, he would find his creatures. Uh, that they did get the two people who Midoriya really could not care less about. There to nurse Joy. No. Uh, what is her name? What is her name? Recovery Girl. They had got them to her. Blah blah blah. They're fine friends. No, Midoriya does not care. I mean, they would be friends, right? And he'd just go on his way. Eventually, being stopped by teachers and to ask a couple questions, which you would just like general questions like blah 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 quirk blah 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 blah, blah. Like a lot of quirk questions on how he got these attacks, names or not names or like quirks. To ask him more about his quirk, right? And then eventually he'd come out and just leave with Bakugo. Bakugo would ask him how he did. He would say, "Eh, I guess pretty well. I don't know." Bakugo would say, "You better have tried. You better have. I'm gonna kill you." And Midori would say, "We both know you can't do that." As he would have water with them, I mean, give him plot. Oh, yay, he's back. I'm talking about a wasp. Um, it's been in my place for I don't know how long. But anyways, they'd get their things, right? They'd get things and they'd get into UA. I feel like that's pretty plain and simple. Uh, right? They'd get into UA. Hair, mouth. Oh gosh. Right? They'd get into UA and but I'm gonna make the same deal I made with your friend. Mess with me and I mess with you. Good, got it. Sorry, I talked to Pete. Things. I talk to myself. I'm talking to myself now. Realization, mental breakdown. Crazy. Probably should stop that before he tries to kill me. Oh god. Anyways, Okay, so they get into they get a UA. They go to UA. They get in UA. Blah 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 blah. They introduce themselves. They do the thing. Midori uses a quirk. Uh, maybe like not piercing hell, because that goes down. Oh god, I'm getting anxiety from watching this thing. Like just bad anxiety. Why did I pick this place to be my recording studio? I don't know. I mean, there's bees everywhere. I hate bees. There's two of them. Why did I pick this place? I'm leaving. Why is there two? Why? Why? Well, I don't know what to do. I'm currently grabbing all my stuff. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave. I'll let them have this place. Actually, I'll probably just open the door more. I'm sorry for going quiet. I just dislike bees a lot. Like, overly too much. I got swarmed when I was a kid. It sucked. Sorry for going quiet. I explained my reason. Sorry for the door noise. I'm just moving quickly. Now, where to go? I don't know. I'm sorry. That's a cow. Why is he down here? Oh god. Talking to myself. Anyways, we can get back to the story so I don't have that existential crisis again. Probably have somebody kill those. Oh, that's fine. Talking to myself again. Things you all probably don't care about either. You're okay. You're okay. If you all don't know me, I record out in the middle of nowhere. That's a squirrel. And I mean like out in the middle of nowhere. So there's bees everywhere, and I hate it. Like I despise it. I'm sorry for the noise. I'm sorry for this. This never happens. There shouldn't be two bees in there. I'll probably just burn it down, honestly. Smoke them out? I'll do something. I'll get somebody to kill them for me. Hopefully. I want them gone. Out of there. But you all know that's never gonna happen if you know bees. And they're never gonna leave. They're just never gonna leave. And I'd rather not get stung plenty of times by a wasp. So I'm gonna start talking to myself in the middle, actually in the middle of nowhere, with no protection. Oh look, I hate warm weather. I hate warm weather so much. Like so much. I despise warm weather because of this reason. Like if wasps died, just went extinct, I would be the happiest man on earth. Just enlightened. Oh, this. Why did I leave? Why did I leave? Oh god. Anyways, I'm sorry for talking to myself most of the time. Uh, can't be safe anywhere from bees. That is. Actually, no, can't be safe anywhere, anyways. Anyways, sorry. Very sorry for the inconvenience you all had to deal with that. I'm very sorry. Uh, yeah, he does Quirk things. Yeah, that's the best way to explain that. They do Quirk things. Yeah, that's great. Quirk things. That's crazy. Uh, right, here's versus villains. I might bust through the door like a normal person. I'm gonna switch over to the Quirk things again. I'm just gonna. He explains it. They get their hero costumes. Uh, Midoriya would be looking like Ryra from. Well, you all know the anime. What am I talking about? Black Clover, right? And if you don't, RHYA, Black Clover, will just explain your entire thing, okay? It will just explain everything. Cool? Anyways, I'm gonna try to cover my ear. Uh, that would explain everything mostly. So, yeah. Midoriya will be teaming with Uraraka going against Baku and Ida like in canon. Uh, Midoriya, being who he is, he'll say, I'll deal with Bakugo. You get to the thing. And like uh Bakugo would just explode out of the window after the time's done, right? I feel like that's a thing you do. It's a different place than as in canon. It's where they can actually go outside and not stay in a building and nearly die because Bakugo got crazy and pulled pins. Uh, right? Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. Midoriya would start off with Supernova, Bakugo would dodge. Soaring, no, airborne wind blades, send him towards Bakugo, and Bakugo would say, "Wow, you trying to kill me or something?" And Midoriya would say, "I could say the same thing to you," as he's just shooting off massive explosions um, towards Midoriya, and Bakugo would say, "Fair." Right, they're friends. They're friends. They're friends ish, sort of. Right, they're friends ish. Better friends than you expect. And Midoriya would use water lances and tsunamis, coral arrows. They'd both come out the same. Good lord. They'd come out the same like portal esque, like tsunami thing. Right? They'd come out the same thing. And then Midoriya would use something new, only Bakugo have seen before. Midoriya would use surging lightning waves. He would put his hands to the ground and just start producing lightning into the ground, and like waves of lightning would be produced, and I mean, given Bakugo would have to explode up into the air, get airborne to dodge it, but that would most definitely be a uh, that was what Midoriya was aiming for, because even though Bakugo can move in the air quite easily, uh, Midoriya knows he's not the best at dodging in air, that is. So Midoriya would use Soaring Moon as in his palm would be a like a spinning crescent moon in his hand, right? And it would extend out from his hand, and like for like a string of air, right? It would be a string that's just connecting to it, and it would spin more and more, and eventually Midoriya would throw it. The crescent moon uh, wind blade would go flying into looking like a normal, like circle moon, full moon, which it would hit Bakugo, right? It would hit him, take him back down to Earth, and Midori would use rock burial, just sinking him into the ground. And he would walk up to him and say, "Well, I guess we know who would win." And Bakugo would say, "I went easy on you." And Midori would say, "We both know that's not true, friend." And sadly, he would be true. That would be very true, indeed. Uh, and plus, Midori didn't even go all out in that sense, right? Didn't even go all out or all in for your for your well, poker friends. I guess I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, and he would use traveling shadow because he would know Bakugo ain't going anywhere. Uh, while uh, he's stuck in the ground, like only like his head is showing, so he can still breathe, but he's stuck. He's very much stuck. Using traveling shadow, he would get up to where uh the other two are, and he could tell Uraraka is not doing well. He still hasn't got to the boom boom thing. Boom boom. Yeah, he hasn't gone to the boom boom. I want you in my room. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. So Midoriya, traveling shadow, just and he'd pop out of his shadow and just tap it, and boom, heroes would win. And that's where I'm gonna end it for today. Uh, next part USJ. Next week, by the way, next Wednesday, USJ should be out that day, sometime during that day, because I do record the same day and then post it or upload it the same day. It doesn't always come out on the same day, so iffy uploading system. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm very sorry about the other things. Uh, if I remember to, I'll cut it out. But as of right now, I had to edit it later and upload it uh, after I'm done editing because I gotta go to the dentist. I think was it my doctor? I think I don't know, one of the two. I don't remember. I gotta go somewhere. Dentist, one of the places like that. But yeah, I'll edit it after I'm done with that. Uh, so yeah, if I remember to, I'll edit the whole entire skirmish out. But if I don't remember to, I'm very sorry. Uh, yeah. I'll see y'all in the next one. Go follow me on my socials, all at We Anime. Uh, I'm a lot of places. Instagram, uh, Blue Sky, if you all have it. I'm on there. Uh, I'm a lot of places. So, We Anime. Look it up. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.